Hey, hope everybody's doing well. I haven't done any blooms in a while and I'm kind of chomping at the bit to give it a try again. Trying to still keep it as simple as possible, so just keep playing with different things that hopefully are a little bit more accessible to people than super expensive stuff. I am going to use the Australian Floetrol. It is worth getting at least a liter. You can get it on eBay, and I'll also provide a link under the video. There's one place in the US that I know of that distributes it through SHELEE CARRUTHERS, who started the whole bloom technique. Rage. I've mixed up some colors, but I'm going to show mixing one. So I've got a little shot glass, and I do have some primary elements just for bling. So I've got some gold sparkle that's in the cup already. And then I'm just going to put some yellow-green acrylic paint in. I'm going to do about, I don't know if that would be a teaspoon maybe. Let me zoom in so you can see a little bit better. Today I'm going to use Sargent's Pouring Medium. Got it on Amazon. Just trying something different. Instead of having to have all kinds of really special stuff. Just trying to mix a few different things together and just see what kind of transpires. I got these shot glasses at the Dollar Tree, and I don't like them because they have 4 little things that stick out at the bottom inside the cup, and it stops your stick from really going around. It knocks it, you know, so I'm not crazy about it. I'm going to put just a little bit more. I'm not measuring it. I'm just trying to basically evenly distribute the paint and the shimmer together to where it's really nice and creamy. And then if it still kind of stays in a blob, I'm adding just a little squirt of water. So just a 1 squirt at a time thing until you get to the consistency you want. And this is not like acrylic pouring. It doesn't like pour off your stick in a steady stream with Floetrol kind of a thing. It's a little different, a little funkier is all I can say. If you go a little too far one way, you just thicken it back up with a little tube paint or whatever. Since the Sargent Pouring Medium is kind of on the thinner side, my tube paints are acting as my thickening agent, I guess you would call it. Okay, so I've got blue interference that is mixed up in this cup here. Let's bling it. I've got the gold sparkle bling it mixed in with Amsterdam deep gold. So all of these also look lighter, once they're mixed up in a container. I've got teal zircon primary elements mixed with turquoise blue by Liquitex. In this cup, this one is primary elements passion and Liquitex Basics Quinacridone Magenta. This last one was the yellow green with a little bit of the gold sparkle in it. So I've got turquoise, a magenta, a gold, a green gold, and an interference blue. I think that's a pretty good range of color. So I've got basically a tablespoon here of Amsterdam Titanium White. And I am not going to measure this perfectly. I don't believe in perfect measurements because it takes the fun out of, to me, the spontaneity of creating art. I don't like the scientific approach. Let's just put it that way. I've got the artist brain and I don't like the scientific approach. Okay, so here's my Australian Floetrol. I'm going to use 3 times as much Floetrol as I have white paint. 1, 2, 3. Get every last drop of that one because that's special stuff, You pay $60 for 1 little liter. It's, like liquid gold. Isn't it ridiculous? I'm going to try this out and see if we like the consistency of it. This needs to be mixed really well. to take this just because it is valuable. And I'm going to make a little spout and pour it into a plastic bottle. I don't want it to dry up in a cup, that kind of thing, so I'm putting it in a nice airtight bottle where it's good for a little while. So there's my cell activator in its own little bottle. My pillow will be Colorplace, Walmart, Satin, just regular house paint. And then I've added some GAC 800 to prevent cracking because I have a tendency for mine to crack, maybe because of my workspace area. I use resin, so I keep the window kind of opened. I keep the ceiling fan, it's usually 70 degrees or so. Ventilation. I don't know if the airflow just makes my paint crack, I don't know. So I've got a cake turn right here, a really nice stainless steel one. It's covered totally in plastic. I've got some paint sticks taped down and some paint that's adhered to it. This is one of those plastic food covers that I put over it, and the base is covered with a plastic bag for drips and spinning and all that mess, because it is a mess when you get into this. Let's get busy. This is a tile that I poured on and wiped off, and it's gross looking, but this is kind of really just for experimenting anyway. I put my Colorplace white satin in the jug here from detergent just because it helps. It's just easier to pour. This is to me even easier to pour than a quart from a quart can. So let's get busy dripping some paint and colors and see what happens, okay? I'm going to try my little blow dryer here. So I hit it in the wrong spot, LOL. That right there would have worked. It's just I blew it too hard in the center, but it's pretty colors and I like it. I'm going to leave it. So I need more cell activator, I'm pretty sure, so that I don't have to add it again because that's making it sink down to the bottom. But that's beautiful nonetheless. I love that one. Very pretty. It's pretty just right there. Okay. That is gorgeous. Gorgeous. So beautiful. Yes, ma'am. Finer than frog hair. Have you ever heard that term? I'm finer than frog hair. That would be a very southern statement, wouldn't it be? I am finer than frog hair. I'm not that country, y'all, I promise. I'm from the city. I'm from Charlotte, so I was not taught to speak that way. This one is full of blooms, and I love the colors. That's just heavenly, heavenly. So I'm going to put this one aside. I'll show the dried pictures at the end. I hope you learned something in this video that you can use Sargent Pouring Medium with paint, and if you want to throw in some sparkle with the primary elements, by all means do it, or maybe a little mica powder, or in the iridescent, the interference blue, I put that with the pouring medium, and I put some Artist Loft iridescent medium in a tube to thicken it up because it was too thin. So the consistency, I think, is really what's key. And of course, I do believe the Australian Floetrol is the way to go on the cell activator for sure. And then you can get your gallon of Walmart house paint for about $12 or $13 or so. It's pretty darn cheap. So that part is not expensive. It's easy to find and easy to get. So that shouldn't hold you back. But I hope this inspires you to make some beautiful blooms. I'll put the link for the Sargent Pouring Medium and everything below the video. Thank you so much, and I'll show the pictures at the end. Love you all. Bye-bye. I think this is one of my all-time favorite blooms. I love it.